Yeah, hi. My name's Rob, and I was just calling about my Enzyte order.
You don't sound like you're happy to see me.
It happened again, didn't it?
You're a fool.
I
got people on the other line I could be talking to.
I hear that. Is it important?
It's Avon.
Avon! Calling! They actually still...
Avon's calling.
Do they still call?
I don't know. It's hard to catch him in between my, usual debt callers.
Sure. You get a lot of those, huh?
Well, I've been talking about it on a couple episodes, so I feel like I should keep that string going.
I guess so.
They just want my kidney. They want my kidneys.
Just
that's
give it
all.
to them. Cut it out.
Well, they want all three.
3.
Yeah.
You sure you have 3?
No,
No.
I'm not.
Okay. I mean,
But I want to keep them if I got them. I need all that I can get. I'm a kidney hoarder.
kidney hoarder. What if one of your good friends has the same blood type and needs a kidney? Would you donate one of your 3 kidneys, sir?
No.
Okay. Good enough.
I don't think that anybody else that I know has my blood type.
What do you got? Like alien blood type from Alien?
Yeah.
Acid.
It's green.
Cool. Does it eat through stuff?
It's green and septic.
Septic. Cool.
It's always fighting to get out of my fingers.
It's got to be tough. What do you do when you get your blood drawn? You just kill everybody?
Yeah, they got to use a special. They got to get a special dispensation from NATO, and then they use these adamantium, unobtainium containers.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive, really.
Welcome everybody to 2 Boys 1 Podcast. I'm Rob. That's Zeke. I think I'm calling you bluff. You don't have that blood.
I don't have that blood?
You don't have that blood.
Prove it.
I guess you called my bluff. Lots of bluffs being
no,
called.
No, it is. I really don't think anybody else that I know has
What
mine. B negative.
Universal donor?
I could be wrong. No.
Universal.
It's the second. So I could take it. Like I think. I could take it from a universal donor.
Yeah, of course you could.
But I couldn't give it. I couldn't give it to anybody unless they had mine, right?
You can give it to. There's a universal receiver too.
I guess.
So you could give it to that
would
person.
Make sense. But both of those are O, right? Or is one of them A?
I honestly don't. I think one is O. I used to know, but I forgot. School.
I don't know that I ever knew.
School was a long time ago. Well, you didn't.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. Life is hard. Hey, I got a question for you.
Just one?
For now, yeah. Paul Walker, Texas Ranger. Is that funny?
Well, it's a documentary filmed in real time.
It is.
And now he's up wrangling the outlaws in the sky. So.
God rest him. Can I ask you another question?
Only if it's as on point as the other one.
I promise you it is. Fat Albert. He's just like Fat Albert, but he's a bird.
Yeah, he's a big hawk.
Yeah, he's a big hawk.
He's a big black hawk.
He's a big black.
He's from Chicago.
He's an Indian. Native, excuse me.
No. He's just a big black hawk.
He's a big black hawk.
Or a crow.
Big hockey player? Yeah. From Chicago.
Well, he's not necessarily the mascot, but he's a giant black bird that's a fan of the hockey team.
Oh. Yeah.
Blackhawks. It's a sub team. They play it loosely based on the crows that sang in Dumbo.
Oh yeah, I remember them. They were drunk, weren't they? Or no? I'm thinking of Looney Tunes.
They were what?
The crows in Looney Tunes. They were always drunk, sitting up on the wire, and they're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
What are you
doing,
boys?
Birds in Looney Tunes and Disney really haven't fared well over the years.
Yeah.
Like you have the vultures in Jungle Book that really don't know what to do. They're still sitting in that dead tree.
Yeah.
because they can't decide what to do. Then you got the ravens or the crows or whatever you call them, and the magpies in Dumbo, who are still, wanting to see another elephant fly.
Yep.
But Thomas Edison killed all of them. And then you got the pigeons from Animaniacs, who are just basically fat mafioso dons screaming at each other.
Yep.
So that's it. That's all I got.
There's also the Queen of Hearts. She uses flamingos as croquet mallets.
Well, I mean, they know what they did.
They know what they did. How about this? You know, what movie is it where he goes, Attica, Attica? And is that even what he says?
Yes. Are you quoting a bird that says that?
No,
I
moved
the film
on.
That it's from?
What's that from? Is it Serpico?
I think it's Serpico,
Okay,
yeah.
Well, how about this? He has a back problem, and he's going, sciatica, sciatica. Is that funny?
Only if he's hunched over and
of course he is.
Can't raise his arm high enough.
What's the matter with you?
Back hurts.
Sciatica. It's
sciatica. All right. What else happens?
Can I ask you another question?
So it's just, I'm the dumb one.
What? What do you mean you're the dumb one?
Shouldn't have asked it. That's a dumb question. Why would I ask a follow-up to a story like that?
Oh, did I forget to tell you that we're playing a game called Is That Funny?
I don't know what game we're playing.
Yeah, it's called Is That Funny. You ready for...
I'm just out screaming at the night sky.
You ready for round 4?
Evidently.
Okay. The farmer and...
Put me in, Coach.
The farmer and the Dell computer. Is that funny?
No, because I don't know what the farmer's looking at.
I mean, he's looking at... he's trying to get a combine. He's going to get a new combine, and he's also looking at porn on two. He's got 2 tabs. Goes back and forth.
He's only got 2 tabs open.
I mean, at least 2. Yeah.
Or she. It could be a she.
Yeah, sorry, lady farmers. You can look at porn too. That's okay. How about this?
I'm still going with no. That's not funny.
You're mean. Are you ready for number 5?
Yep.
Okay. Indiana Bridget Jones's Diary.
What about Indiana Jonesin'?
Indiana Jonesing. Indiana Jones soda.
No, Indiana Jonesin'.
Jonesin'
for some more meth.
For what? Jonesin'?
Drugs.
Indiana Jonesin'. Indiana Jonesin'. Yeah.
That's why we haven't seen him in anything good lately.
I guess so. Is that? You didn't like Crystal?
Now all he's running from is a big cocaine, ball, a rock of cocaine, an 8-ball.
Yeah,
he's just waiting for that 8-ball to roll back at him.
He had that big crystal skull, and he said, "I want some real crystal, baby."
Yep.
Okay. Caddyshack. Is that funny? Have you seen Caddyshack? Is that funny?
You're not even making a pun?
What? It's a legitimate question. Is it funny?
I enjoyed that movie.
Okay, good. Yeah, me too. Zoolander 2. Is that funny?
I think the game's over now. We're just
okay. I got
naming
one more.
things.
I'll let you. I'll just tell you what else there was on there. Osama bin Latte. Is that funny? Yes or no? Just quick.
That's a funny one.
Good. The Boston Pee Party. Just a bunch of guys peeing in the harbor. Is that funny?
I feel like that happens every St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you're
anyway.
probably right. But is it funny? I mean, that's...
No.
Okay.
That's indecent exposure.
That's true, and that's a crime, and we do not support
And it's not
crime.
safe around parks.
Okay, Dumpster Baby Mario. Is that funny?
Yes, that's funny.
Okay, and last but not least...
Mostly because even he would be more loved than Luigi.
Yeah, poor Luigi. Poor guy. Okay, last one. Do a little dance, make a little love, get Downton Abbey Season 3 on Blu-ray tonight. Is that funny?
No.
And this has been Is That Funny? Woo! That was fun, huh?
Yeah, I really think that's going to catch on.
Zeke, you better, the more you hate it, the more I'm going to be inclined to do it again.
So, did you actually have a list that you made up?
No. I came up with those off the top of my head.
Did you?
Yeah. Was that?
So when you said you got one more, but you read 4?
I said I'd do one more, but then I changed my mind. And then I just knew. There was a list in my head. Okay, I wrote it down. Okay, I wrote them down. So what?
It's a good show prep.
Well.
So then, what happened? What happened? Where Zoolander 2 and Caddyshack are just on there randomly?
It's funny because they don't fit the scheme.
It's funny because it's true.
Caddyshack, is that funny? Yep, it's a funny movie. Zoolander 2, not funny. Not very funny.
All right.
What? You shut up.
Well,
You know what? You make up a game next time, okay?
I'm gonna come up with laser point Rob's retinas.
Laser point You're not gonna blind me, okay?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll see. You won't.
You're a jerk. Hey, what was that sound? Did you hear it? Zeke. I've been listening to some of our other recordings, and it's not nearly, your screaming is not nearly as frightening as it is over the phone for me when we record.
Well, it's because I hold the mic away from my mouth when I scream,
No.
but the mic of the phone doesn't move.
Sure. So it's a lot louder for me.
You're just getting the brunt of it.
You sound like a damn, I don't know, demon, banshee. Something scary.
Either way,
Something scary.
sounds like me.
It's like me.
So I got a bone to pick with you.
You do? Was it Harvey Keitel's bone?
Yeah, I'm picking Harvey Keitel's bone. He wasn't even in the movie. Watching Bad Lieutenant starring Nicolas Cage and
Wait.
and Harvey Keitel's not even in it.
You're
and
right.
Ava, what's her name? Ava Mendez of Training Day and Fast and Furious 2 fame.
Mm-hmm. You were watching Bad Lieutenant Protocol New Orleans. Is that?
How many are there?
There's 2 that I'm aware of.
No, I watched the Harvey Keitel one, but I didn't really want to.
Why not?
Well, I mean, knowing that there were 2 options, I just kind of wanted to go down the other rabbit hole. But having seen the first one, I really don't think that now I'm going to watch the other one.
It's not nearly as crude. I don't know if
Well,
that's the right word.
it would be, I guess, impressive if it had been.
I saw the second one, but I don't recall it very well. I remember thinking it was okay. I do remember that.
I guess I don't understand how some films that I'd like to see a sequel to don't get one, and that one does. Is it a straight up sequel, or was it more of a remake? This also happened in Nolans.
No, I think it's more like a in the same world kind of thing, kind of like a Mad Max. Here's a separate story set in the same. I don't even think it's the same lieutenant.
I would imagine not.
Oh, right, because spoiler alert, he got killed at the end, didn't he?
So,
How about that?
I guess in the scope of things, like it's an interesting. Harvey Keitel's daughter is in this movie, and I wonder at what point in the script he's like, you know what? I think my daughter should be in this with me.
Yeah, it's a pretty brutal movie.
It may explain why she down the road, because she's I think less than a year younger than we are. Why down the road she no longer acts and is a psychiatrist. So
yeah, Harvey's like, here's a movie where I'm gonna be doing all sorts of drugs and drinking and showing my dongle. Let's get my daughter in it. She's got to get on this.
Yeah.
She's got to be, 92. She's probably...
She's 6 or 7. What's not to love? It's a good family dynamic. He really protected his family well in the picture, and did everything right. I think.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't do a thing wrong. Oh, I forgot to say, how about them Dodgers? Shit. That's how I was going to open it. And then you ruined it with your Eva Mendes.
Yeah, I'm the one that ruined the opening of the show. Yeah. Uh-huh. You don't know.
You're right, I don't know. Who'd ever bet on the Dodgers anyways? They stink. They're terrible. I hate them.
So I guess I don't gamble enough to understand like how you would get a vig for a number that high. Yeah. But you can't just go from 30,000 and roll it into 120, can you?
I think that's why they were having such an issue with them trying to do that. Sure, why don't you?
The other thing that
go 4 times.
It seemed like he was honestly trying to do him a solid by cutting him off, but I don't. And then they went from, "Hey, you owe us this money, or else we're going to blow your house up," to just, "We're going to shoot you in a drive-by." That doesn't make like that. I was kind of caught off guard by that. Also, I really don't know that he did the right thing. You know, like he talked to the nun.
Yeah.
Who had kind of come to terms with it herself, with what happened. She was not going to pursue charges. But then he just lets them go, gives him all of his money, and then screams down the subway, somehow knowing what the audience doesn't, that he's just going to roll up, do some coke, and get shot in the head. Yeah, I mean, that's basically... It was an interesting transition. There were also a lot of characters who had names in the credits who were not named in the movie whatsoever. Yeah. And then a lot of scenes that I just kind of... I mean, maybe it's just... Maybe the moral of the story is drugs are bad, and I should not read into the script any further.
You might be right. Wishy-washy plot, to say the least. I think maybe at the end he was kind of putting those guys on the bus. He's like, wish I could do this. Somebody had done this for me, maybe. Like, I don't know. If he was trying to kind of do one good thing before he went to hang out with Paul Walker.
Does that count as doing a good thing? Like, just
no
account. Is accountability not a thing? I don't understand.
Apparently not in New York.
Yeah, evidently.
I thought it was interesting. It reminded me of a Scorsese movie, just kind of the filming technique. Like, maybe it's just because it was set in New York, but it was just kind of gritty and dark. And
well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I actually looked. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he did this, and I just hadn't been paying attention. He hadn't. Abel, I don't remember the guy's last name. Abel Ferrara. It definitely had a Mean Streets kind of feel to it, the Stella Keitel, Harvey's daughter, actually went on to do Goodfellas after this film.
She did.
She's only done 3 movies: Bad Lieutenant, Goodfellas, and Holy Rollers, I believe.
Holy Rollers.
So. An interesting collection of films to be a part of, I guess.
That's for sure.
Before becoming a psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's... Well, shame on you, Harvey Keitel, for putting your daughter in such filth.
Well, it was just I'd heard a lot about the film.
Yeah.
And I'd always meant to see it, and for whatever reason just never had. But it's not at all what I expected. I was thinking more of like a Training Day type of scenario, where it was just maybe it took the story. Maybe the storyline pissed Anton Farquhar off so much that he made Training Day. Maybe that's how it happened. I don't know.
Could be. Am I broadening your horizons, making you watch all these lovely little films?
Not a chance.
Good. I like you nice and narrow.
Nice and brass and wriggling. Yeah.
What'd you say? Wiggle? Sounded like you went.
Nice and brass and wriggling.
Oh, hey, hi, Gollum. How are you?
Yeah, good. Happy to be on.
Hey, good to have you.
No, I'm glad that we had this kind of a follow up to Clockers. I felt like they kind of fit together pretty well.
I agree.
But
there was actually another.
Both of them kind of had similar structure and resolution, I guess.
That's true. We didn't mean it to be that way, but boy, it sure was.
No, that would indicate that we have some semblance of a plan.
We don't got no plan. Did you notice?
We don't need no stinking plans.
No stinking plans. There was another character from Clockers in this as well. Actor by the name of Paul Calderon. He's in a few things. He's the guy that's the black fellow that's got like that mole or whatever on the side of his nose.
Oh, he was another cop in this one, right?
And I don't remember what he was in Clockers, but I did see him.
I did not
That's
catch
fun,
that.
huh?
Yeah, we're just crossing paths with a lot of the same actors.
I guess if you stick in the same genre, that's going to happen. But let me ask you a question.
Again? How many more you got?
What was your favorite part of this movie?
My favorite scene was actually when he went up to collect the money from the guy he was kind of smuggling coke to, and then the guy's grandma gives him more drugs for like the ride home, and then he walks out to his car, and he just parked it in the middle of the street.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He did that a couple of times.
That was my favorite scene. Yeah, just parked it. And yet at the end, he actually goes out of his way to make sure that he locked the car. The dynamic was interesting, but I love that he just parked it in the middle of the road.
He's a cop. He doesn't
no big deal.
give it. You don't give no cares.
I'm not
None
sure
of
that
those
really
Fs.
cared much about anything.
No, probably not.
What was your favorite part?
That big old dangle, baby. You gotta get that dangle.
No.
Weird scene.
That was
weird scene.
a weird scene. Weird scene. It reminded me a lot of Bronson.
Yeah, sure.
But just like it would have made more sense, I think, if he hadn't been in a coke den brothel and just been by himself. Because he kind of went crazy.
Yeah, he did.
And it seemed a little early to have that scene because they started the slow line of descent, and then he just kind of went immediately down to Crazy Town and stayed there, and then had like a very brief forced moment of clarity that didn't make sense to anybody else, and just kind of went off the rails after that.
You're really selling people on this, Zeke.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Maybe there's like a Spark Notes trailer. I don't know.
We should start that, Spark. Everyone listening, don't steal our idea. I'm trademarking it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're short on ideas. I'm sure that we're gonna.
That's the one.
Get to this
it's
one.
Probably the one. It's probably
That's
the one that gets stolen.
I'm sure that it will, but hopefully we use it when it's done.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be nice to have. So, what do you rate this?
So
what's your? Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh no! What did we rate last week? You gave it like a 3.73 or something.
I rated on. I spend $2.99, so I rate it now. That's my new rating scale on money, and I think $2. I think is what I rated.
Oh, last week's you gave
Clockers.
You gave 2 out of $2.99.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I spent $3 on this one as well. I would say that I give it based on your money scale. 99 cents.
Did not like it, huh? I'd probably give it. It's not a well put together movie, really, in any sense of the word. But for some reason, I do enjoy it. I'm going to give it $1.75 is what I would have paid for it.
All right. I think part of my issue, I really expected to like it more than I did.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But for 96 minutes, it really seemed to drag.
To me, I did not feel that way, but I'm kind of a nice guy, and you're kind of a jerk, so that might explain it.
It's no news here.
Well, I'm sorry I picked one you didn't like. It's going to happen, okay?
No, you're not, because you're probably going to do it again, because that brings us now to Kalima! Choose your death!
I can't wait. What? What's it? What are my choices? Or do I not get one?
You get 3 choices.
Okay.
Because I'm a nice guy,
Yeah. No,
and you're not.
No. Wrong.
Victor Argo
Wrong.
played the beat cop in this movie, and he was in Taxi Driver, True Romance, and Mean Streets, which I thought was interesting because you'd seen all of them.
Yeah.
So I immediately scratched him off my list.
Okay.
Then I went to Victoria Bastel, and she played Bote, I think is her name, in the movie, and she was one of those characters that her name was never spoken.
Bote.
So I don't know who Bote was. I think she was the lady that he went over and into her kitchen two times and did drugs with her. I think that's her.
I think you're probably
and
right.
She in her very short list of credits did a film called The Video Dead. And then the other option is Frankie Thorne, who played the nun. And she was in He Was a Quiet Man. So your options this week are The Video Dead or He Was a Quiet Man.
I'm looking at The Video Dead poster. It looks kind of cool. A family takes delivery of a new television set, unaware that it is the gateway by which killer zombies enter the world. Oh boy.
You already had that pulled up, huh?
I mean, as you were talking, I was fact checking you. I didn't,
Yeah. All right. Well, you're going with Bote over the nun.
Boy, I am a good Catholic boy. I should probably go with the nun.
Crap! I was going to say, we could have actually finished out Stella Keitel's entire IMDb by watching Holy Rollers, but Video Dead gets it back to where we're going to be in a dilemma next week. We can do that.
You want to get into a dilemma? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it does. Video Dead. The poster does look pretty cool. The movie, it's not gonna be.
No, I'm sure
but no, I'll watch that, and then we'll see what we can struggle through to find a way out of that.
It really is your time. You can tell me what to watch if you want to do.
No.
That's fine. If you want to.
No, I mean, so there are
Man Boy.
All of these are interesting. Like Holy Rollers stars Jesse Eisenberg. He Was a Quiet Man stars. What's his name?
Eisenberg. What is that?
I just lost it.
2010.
Christian Slater. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. And then Video Dead stars absolutely no one. So we might as well watch that one. That seems more of a eclectic film. I mean, we started this journey with the 50-foot cheerleader. Why wouldn't we continue on with a film like The Video Dead?
Well, I got to ask you another question. Are you happy to have gotten out of the, kind of B flicks for a minute, even if it was Bad Lieutenant? And Clockers was good, but...
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't have watched those other those Clockers otherwise, so I guess that's a perk.
Yeah.
But no, we're headed straight... I'm not even sure that... Next week you'll have to ask me, but I don't think that we can even count that as a B movie.
Well,
going into it...
I meant more like that.
It's going to be interesting to see... If the value scale is $2.99, I cannot wait to see where this one measures up.
I think it's going to be a solid, quarter. We'll give it a quarter. That's my prediction. 26 cents.
One penny more than a rotten gumball
That's
out of
right.
the machine, huh?
A slightly fresher gumball.
All right. Well, gumballs look like marbles. And if we're talking about marbles, it means it's time to go to Neverland.
Boy, that was good. I was just thinking zombies. There's zombie. Forget it. Dead Man's Chest or something had zombies. I don't know. Anyways.
Last week we almost stuck you in the BooBox because you didn't write your chapter.
Oopsie daisy.
This week, do you go into the BooBox this week?
Have I talked about my BooBox thing?
Yes, you have, but you can talk about it again.
Have we talked about it on the podcast? I don't recall.
I don't remember if we talked about it on our unaired episode 1 or if we talked about it in.
Probably was.
So might as well talk about it again.
I remember going to see it in the theater.
So
Hook.
May I interject briefly?
I already said anything
to explain this. So because you and I have been we've been posting podcasts before, catching up to where we are now, because we don't do these live.
No, we do not.
What episode we talk about being on is always one off from where we are. So we did a pilot episode that we did not release because we really had no idea what we're doing, and I know that you feel like that's changed since then. But there's a lot of dynamic between the two of us that we covered because that one was so much longer than our previous episodes.
About 2 hours long.
That we really don't remember what we talked about in there. Just kind of blacked out. So that's why
we end up in situations
we may or may not have talked about Rob's BooBox situation.
I would like to shout out. There's some listeners giving me some feedback. Val, thanks for listening. Thank you so much. You're a very nice lady. I ran into you yesterday. You'll hear this in a few weeks. So. It's like time travel.
And then yesterday will not have been yesterday. It will have been weeks ago.
It's true. That'll be so.
But I don't know you. But thanks for listening anyway. Hope you're on my side. Not
You're
mine.
great, Val. Yeah, I won't speak for her, but I bet she likes me because I'm cool. Oh, anyways, BooBox. So I remember.
So far, so good.
I think it's a Mandela Effect. You heard about those?
Have I heard about a Mandela
Effect? Yeah.
like Nelson?
Originally, it's named after something like that. So essentially, it is named after Nelson Mandela. A lot of people remember him dying in prison, which didn't happen. But there's a lot of people in the world that swear up and down that he died in prison. So there's a lot of things like that where people remember something being one way, but it actually in reality was a different way. So they think people like fell into like a alternate dimension for a second or a different reality. So anyways, I think this happened to me. I remember going to see Hook when I was, 7 or something. And you got Glenn Close. They put her in the BooBox, threw in the Scorpions, and then they threw it in the ocean. They did. Damn it. Nobody remembers.
No, like when you say that, I think you're crazy.
Maybe I am. I don't know. But I do remember it. I really do. So I don't know.
Vividly. I mean, I've been hearing this story forever. So
I won't give up on it.
no, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to get Dan to prove that you're crazy, so that I can get you back.
Get me back
for you choosing sides over Dan.
Yeah.
Dan over me
Yeah,
with Sofia Coppola.
Your revenge is just Dan caught.
Do you know? Oh my God, you don't know.
He's getting all riled up. All right, hold on for a second, okay, buddy? All right, before you can start with your effing tirade, here we are.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Just hold for a little while, please. Okay, here we go. Does that sound normal?
Sounds like you just had a physical.
I am getting a physical right now. I'm Dr. Tedorgo. Anyway, here we go. Chapter 9.
Give my regards to
Dr.
Wolfie.
Tedorgo, could you please? Yep. There we go. All right. Rufio! 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 Rufio was having the best dream. He was sailboarding down the Lost Boy Scouts track thingy. Everyone was chanting his name. Rufio! Rufio! Now he was winning the big frosting food fight. Rufio! Rufio! Now a pirate buying a gross of cookie caramel kernels, earning him his gold-lined marble bag. Rufio! Rufio! Now he's winning a cockfight. He's cutting the cock's head off, spilling its hot fluids on his face. Rufio! Rufio! Now he's in a shit and gore-covered bathroom, standing over the toilet, looking down at a severed head. He flushes the toilet. Rufio! It was Tink's voice, and she was mad. Rufio woke with a start. He was in his tree fort bed, safe and sound. His heart, nay, his very being, was not at peace. Somehow, deep down, Rufio knew he hadn't seen the last of Tinkerbell. Nature finds a way, and so do fairies. Fairies always find a fucking way. Something had to be done, permanently. Rufio scanned his mind for famous fairy killers from popular culture. His mind drew a blank. Are there even any movies about fairies, he asked himself. Pan's Labyrinth had a couple, but they were good fairies, and that naughty little girl got one killed because she couldn't keep her fingers out of the Turkish Delight. And then that Doug Jones guy ate one. He was pretty sure that's what happened. It'd been a long time since you'd seen it. Pan's Labyrinth, that's a groovy movie, he thought. Then it hit him. Pan's Labyrinth was directed by Guillermo del Toro, who also directed Hellboy. Cat Stevens is going to hell for rejecting Christianity. He was also a singer. David Bowie was a singer, too. David Bowie played Gareth the Goblin King in Labyrinth. Labyrinth had fairies in it. Better yet, it had a little warty, ugly guy who went around killing fairies with some sort of personal mobile fairy poison sprayer. What was his name again? Hornswoggle, Harry, Hobble. Hoggle! It was Hoggle. What Rufio needed was Hoggle's help. Let's see, Rufio thought. How did she do it? She said some words. Maybe I can wing them. Ahem! Rufio cleared his throat and closed his eyes. I can bear it no longer, Goblin King, wherever you may be. Take this child of mine far away from me. Rufio opened one eye to peek, but there was nothing. And no one. Son of a bitch, he exclaimed. Where's that Goblin King asshole? Oh, right. Them's not the right words, Rufio thought. Where did I get that rubbish? It didn't even start with I wish. He chuckled to himself. I wish the Goblin King would come and take you away right now. All of a sudden, Rufio's treehouse began to rattle, and there was a poof of smoke. Rufio coughed and waved his hand, trying to expel the stuff. As the smoke finally cleared away, a form was standing in Rufio's bedroom. It was Gareth, the Goblin King. And that's the end of Chapter 9. Is that funny?
Fern Gully.
Huh?
There's fairies in Fern Gully.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Huh.
Yeah.
What else is there? I'm telling you, there's not many.
There are not many. So I liked your train of thought because it sounds a lot on basically how we get to places. So I appreciate it. Appreciate your work.
I was going to put in there, suddenly Rufio felt like he was in an episode of Two Boys, One Podcast. Fucked it up.
I would like for it's Dante, right?
What, the Inferno?
No, isn't Rufio's name Dante?
I don't know. In real life?
Yeah.
Or like back home or Earth? Who the hell?
No, in real life.
I don't fucking know. You're Dante.
I don't know. Well, he's probably not going to be on our podcast. So
maybe he hears about this. Maybe he hears about this. He'll lend his voice.
What's my name?
Dante. Jeez.
Well,
jeez, you're peeking, Dante.
I don't know.
Dante, you're peeking. Is that funny?
We're gonna have to wait to see the backstory because they got so much funding off of Kickstarter. We're gonna have to see which one's more accurate. Yeah, their version, which he's a part of, or your version, which is as close to the gospel truth as I've ever heard.
I think it's going to be mine. I have a pretty good feeling about it.
You and I have a great track record for winning.
Yeah, we sure do. So I think
the odds are in our favor.
Forever in our favor. Beautiful. Well, anyways, that's our time this week, folks, unless you had anything, Zeke, to add.
No, I can't wait to watch the video Dead.
Yep, me too. Gonna be great.
Dead like you. Gonna look forward to watching the film and reflecting on your cold, dead little hands.
It's gonna be a great week for us. I hope it's a great week. We hope it's a great week for everybody out there. Oh, and
thanks for listening, everybody.
Hello to Zeke's Cousin Pants. Hello, Cousin Pants. I almost forgot.
Cousin Pants.
Hey, Cousin Pants.
Yeah, my Cousin Pants. He's really going to enjoy this.
I meant to say it earlier, but Cousin Pants, thank you for listening.
Hopefully he's still listening whenever this gets posted. He's 3 down so far. So
Good. Well, make sure
what could possibly go wrong?
Bait him with that.
I'm going to bait him. I'm going to bait him with, hey, would you like to listen to this new episode with my co-host who says your name is Pants, like the Levi denim clothing. Perfect. I think he's sold. I already know.
Cousin Pants, thank you.
Okay, love you,
bye.
The portions of today's broadcast that you actually enjoyed are brought to you in whole by... Hey, guy, mind grabbing the other side of this cooler?
Mind if I finish my ice cream cone first?
Actually, I do. Toss that in the cooler, too, and we'll get down to business.
But I'm not done with it yet. And why... What exactly are we doing?
We're refreezing the ice caps.
Obviously. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Freezing?
With you so far.
The ice caps.
You lost me.
The South Pole is melting. I'm buying all the glacial water I can get my hands on, freezing it, and releasing it back into the wild.
Does that actually work?
If you still have grandchildren, then they can thank me later.
That seems a little drastic.
Does it? Does death by global meltdown seem too uncomfortable to talk about? You ice cream licking do-nothing spectator?
Is this how you ask everyone for help? I feel like it's your off-putting attitude, not your ideology, that people flee from.
Are you still just standing here?
This handle is the one you want me to grab, okay?
About time. Thanks. Now just toss it in and we'll go back and get the next batch.
Just throw it in the ocean?
Yep, straight in there.
How many more of these trips do you plan on making?
Until it's done.
What's done?
Until we bring about the modern ice age.
Count me out. In fact, I like this weather so much, I'm going back to releasing Freon into the atmosphere while I get myself another ice cream cone.
Haven't you any humanity?
Have you met the people here? Good riddance, I say. Be nice, baby, and help renew the ice caps today. Buy a bottle of Lambert, and Fisher for the low price of $20 a bottle, plus shipping and handling. Freeze it, and then release it. Use glacial water only. The bottles are not recyclable, not reusable, and only returnable in states that end in ska. Be a gem and bring an eternal La Nina to our generation today.